Hey, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Lavigne.
My next appointment has been a patient at the hospital for some time now. Pat and Larry have brought in their 10-year-old Catahoula dog named Tyler to discuss his upcoming surgery.
Let's get him up here on the table here. Good boy, there you go. You've got a couple masses you've been monitoring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see this one's pretty ulcerated.
Very bad. He never acted like it was bothering him until about a month ago when he started licking on it.
Licking it. Yeah, I think now he's letting us know that it's time to do something about it.
It was about 3 years ago that I noticed a little bump on Tyler's leg, and I took him into a different vet at that time, and they said that it was just an ingrown hair, and within that time, it has formed into that big mass. It's irritating him at this point, and so we've brought him in, and Dr. Lavigne is going to remove it.
And then we've got another one here.
Right.
Is this one getting any bigger?
It's gotten bigger in the last year. And
He's got another one forming up underneath the neck.
Up under here? Oh, yeah. Well, I see some other little smaller ones here. So,
Yeah.
You know, this will be our primary one that we'll worry about. I want to try to remove as much of the skin and everything around it that we can, just in case, you know, if this is something not good, we don't want to leave any of those cells behind. Once we remove a mass, we always recommend that we send that tissue out to have it examined by a pathologist to make sure it's not cancer. Hopefully it's just some benign tissue. It's pretty common for older dogs to develop these masses, but not all masses are necessarily going to be cancerous. The problem is we don't have a lot of skin to, you know, be able to close that up. So we're going to have to stay pretty close to the margin there. Since this mass is what we call a subcutaneous mass, it's under the skin, we are going to end up removing the skin covering the mass. So it's important that I have some skin to be able to close. These others definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to submit some of that tissue just to make sure it's nothing different. Hopefully it's just a little benign fatty tumor. I think we can just kind of see how he's doing under anesthesia and, you know, try to take care of as much as we can all at one time.
Yeah.
I know that's something you guys have been, you know, getting prepared to do. We did some blood work on him. I got the results back, and that actually looked really good for a 10-year-old dog. It looked excellent. So I think that we should be okay to go ahead and get that done today.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great. He's fasted and he's ready.
Okay.
My concern is that the one on his leg could possibly be cancer. We won't know until after the biopsy results come in.
All right, well, we'll give you a call as soon as he's all done and waking up.
Thank you.
And let you know how he did.
Thank you, Dr.
Alrighty,
Lavigne.
take care. All right, Tyler.
Bye, boo-boo.
Oh my gosh, I am in puppy heaven. I love Rottie puppies.
We are here today at the clinic to get our 8-week checkup. We have 7 Rottweiler puppies that are available for adoption, and we need to vaccinate them before they can go home to their new homes.
I wish I could have all of them.
To say I have a soft spot for Rottweilers, it's an understatement.
I got my Rottie when I was in vet school. She was my study partner. She was my baby.
I had my Rottie, Zuri, for 13 years, and she was with me through everything. I had to make a tough decision and put her down last year.
This is the dewormer. And so what we're gonna do, if you see any spaghetti-like worms from the feces, that's normal. That just lets me know that the wormer is working.
Dogs are the ideal hosts for worms and parasites.
It tastes like bananas.
Not only can they contract it from their mother's milk or placenta, they also can contract worms from dirt and feces. I recommend preventative treatment for worms as early as 4 to 6 weeks of age.
So, ready for this? Say no.
Probably not.
Just gonna. Oh, I know, bad doctor. Oh, we're gonna get this. So 1 down, 6 to go. You ready? Gosh, he has a big head. You know who gets all the food around here? Right now, I'm just making sure that the hips are stable, making sure we don't have like any orolani, and all that is when the hip joint pops out of socket.
Hip dysplasia is common in large breed dogs, such as Rottweilers.
Symptoms can show up in a puppy's first year of life, like weakness of the back legs or a rabbit-like run.
Hey. Hey, what's up?
Right now, Tyler's getting prepped for surgery. He's got multiple masses. The biggest one we're concerned about is the one on his arm. He's been licking at it a lot and it's ulcerated, so we want to get this taken off. Since Tyler's 10 years old, we don't want to have to put him under anesthesia more than once. I don't think we'll have any problem getting these masses taken off. We ought to be able to get everything taken off today.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Alrighty. So how many total are you gonna remove?
So I'm gonna start with this tumor here first, and then we'll just kind of see depending on how he's doing. I want to try to stay as close to the tumor as possible because I don't want to take off too much and then not be able to close it. But I also want to try to get as much of the mass, make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. So one side came off quick and easy. This side is taking a little more dissecting. So we got that one off. I'll just grab my suture and ligate those little vessels that we had bleeding. And then we'll be ready to close this one up and we can move on to the next.
Dr. Lavigne,
Yes.
he's throwing VPCs.
He is?
He is.
Linda informed me she noticed on the monitor Tyler was throwing what we call VPCs, which are ventricular premature contractions. So he was having an irregular heartbeat, and that can be a little concerning.
You think you can listen to him? You can get a
Yeah, I
stethoscope
sure
in there?
can.
How's he looking? His vitals are good?
He's still throwing VPCs, but everything else is literally perfect.
Okay.
So are you gonna continue with the others?
I think I'd rather just wake him up. We got the one that they really were
Concerned
about. I think the other two, at his age, is just probably not worth risking. I think the owners might be a little disappointed that we didn't get all of them, but in the end, they're gonna be grateful that we did what's in his best interest. Oh, you got a jar? Perfect. We'll send that tissue out to the lab, let them examine it and see if anything looks like cancer. Hopefully it just comes back as a benign cyst. Since we didn't get to those other two, we'll just get a little needle biopsy.
Okay.
And have that tested just to make sure that looks benign. Looks like typical fatty tissue. But sometimes, there'll be some cells in there that the pathologist might find. That looks good. I'll go call the owners, let them know, that we didn't get to the other two, but I think they'll be happy to know that Tyler's doing okay. So
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
There he is.
Hey, how's it going?
There he is.
How are you?
Tyler?
Hey, buddy. You look good.
Yeah.
Tyler did really good.
We were able to get that main tumor off. One of the biggest things we were concerned about with that mass on the leg was being able to get it all and still be able to close that
Yes.
skin up.
Was there gonna be enough
and
skin?
that actually, that healed up nice. I think it's gonna look real good once that hair grows back. Under anesthesia, we started noticing a little irregular beats his heart was doing, and those other two masses, it just wasn't worth the risk to me to
Definitely.
keep him under anesthesia at his age. The main focus was the one that we got, so I'm glad we got that one off.
Yes, that
And,
was our main concern, too.
And I actually did get his results in, and good news is they all were benign. We got little needle biopsies of those other two. They just were fatty
Great.
tumors called lipomas.
Fantastic.
And the one on the leg, even that we were a little more concerned about,
Yes.
Yeah.
was also just a benign tumor.
Great.
So
News, definitely.
no cancer.
We're very relieved. The doctor told us everything was benign, and we were so excited. So
Yes.
he is, he's back.
Very relieved.
He's not gonna like this. But
Yeah,
that's
he's not
okay.
gonna like it, but it'll keep him away from it. He's been used to licking that area already.
Yes.
And we don't want him doing that with the incision until those sutures come out, and then hopefully he'll just leave it alone.
Thank you so much
We're
for
so-
taking care of our boy. He's been with us almost 11 years, and he is a member of our family.
Absolutely.
He's gonna feel better, and he's gonna be ready to go and get back in the backyard. And Tyler will really love that. He'll be excited to be home.